Good afternoon and welcome back to Ballymore for our final day of pool games here at the Australian Rugby Shield. I'm your host Eddie Quirk, and today we're in for a treat with the top of Pool A, the ACT Southern New South Wales Griffins will take on Queensland Suburban here on our main field at the new headquarters of rugby, Ballymore. We see the teams taking aim today. Obviously a very hot one here in Brisbane, up to 30 degrees, so we're assuming that we will be taking our water breaks on today. So we're going to be looking for Queensland Suburban here to lead us off for this afternoon's hit out, and we're just looking forward to some running rugby. It's been a big day here for the gentlemen, as well as the last few days leading into this back end of finals. I'm Eddie Quirk, and we'll be looking forward to taking you through to that ride. And for those here watching at home, we have Queensland Suburban in the maroon and blue stripes as a referee is running out to lead us off, and with ACT Southern New South Wales in the striped yellow.
Mate, Tom's kit never worked when you want it to. Coach for these guys. Yeah, you good? Are you going right? Right.
And we're underway here today. ACT Southern New South Wales here, just setting it up nicely here with a pod with a great carry. Just a settler bouncing back here to that short side, great footwork. Just testing out Queensland Suburban's defensive shape with an early kick and a great torp. Just to settle here at the end from Frawley, taking his time, whacking it back. End-to-end stuff at the moment, little bit of kick tennis playing here. Just a small fumble there
Inside
from Papuni, and he's just going to knock that one in a touch for a settler for our first line out of the day.
Can we play?
McLaughlin there looking to do the cheeky quick throw challenge. As we're here, now down this end here, nicely set up on the 40. Our first line out of the day. See if Mickelson's has them on tap. Great early ball to the middle. And strong carry by Tuolangi there, bouncing back on the short side. Queensland Suburban obviously fronting up. Out the back ball here. Southern New South Wales, great offload there. Into Mickelson, he's been busy early. Short stuff here by Manu. Met early support. Out the back ball here. Our man McLaughlin with some early touches, great defence there. And a great turnover there by Suburban. Absolute pressure release there by Habib. So we see here we're out the back shape. Mickelson doing a little bit isolated here. Great shot coming across there. And very well done turnover here. Holding on, and as I said before, that's a massive pressure release for Suburban, who are still yet to have a win on the board. As we see now for their first line out. Knox to throw. Fingertip stuff, but well cleaned up there by Napu. Flushed out the back. Stevenson. Out to Papuni again. Just a foot into touch there. Queensland Suburban there wanting to spread it early, flushing those forwards, looking into getting into their shape early. They must have seen something throughout these last 2 or 3 days that ACT obviously thin there out in the channels. 2 from 2 here from Mickelson. Great carry by Lisa there, getting them on the front foot. Mickelson there with the high ball, pressure on. Fumble, just a knock on, unlucky there. So untidy stuff there from both sides. But again, looking to have a settle now, and this will be our first scrum of the day with our knock on. I think we're seeing there that Mickelson loves to get that ball out the back early, pick his options. He's got some big men running there with Parsons and Tuialangi there.
Yeah, no, just timing, guys.
ACT, Southern New South Wales, by the looks of things, a big, heavy pack.
You're just going to take that?
Queensland Suburban have been very, very good at set piece. These guys have done extremely well
All good?
to get their shape, to get their combinations, obviously from all over Queensland and Brisbane, as well as ACT and New South Wales. These guys, they've got to come in, connect early, get to learn each other, what makes each other tick, the way they play. Trying to get those combinations is obviously very hard, as we see. Kettingham getting an early bandage here 4 minutes in. We don't usually see our nines having a bit of claret, but we obviously know what we're in for with him today.
Patience and stability, okay? Patience and stability.
Our referee there setting the standard with how this first scrum's going to go.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Big pressure on. Suburban here to scramble. Oh, we've done really well. We're back and forth. Great opportunity now for ACT Southern New South Wales here. Great set of feet there by Davis. And we're in for our first try of the day. Might be our man Lachlan Davis there. We'll get confirmation there as we're coming back. That's our first 5-pointer for the day to ACT Southern New South Wales, the Griffins.
Just a side, thank you.
As we see the gentleman coming back here for a well-earned rest. It's been a bit helter-skelter here for the first 6 minutes. Obviously a missed opportunity there for Queensland Suburban, putting themselves under a little bit of pressure there. We're trying to come up with something out of the bag.
Thank you.
As McLaughlin dots over his first kick of the day. And that'll take us into 5. Plus the conversion, 7-0. As Queensland Suburban take their time to get us back underway here.
Yeah.
Troy Stevenson with that big left boot. Nice height. Well taken there by Lisa. With the double carry. Great awareness. Some good pressure there. Some great line speed. Again, ACT just with that settled play. Back to McLaughlin. With a kick there just in behind. With Mickelson now to get his second throw underway. We can sort of see what ACT Southern New South Wales are trying to do. They're playing early through their big men, looking for space down that channel, trying to catch the Suburban winger. Back ball miscommunication there between Caller and McLaughlin, just finding a settler. Might be a little bit too big. He'll be a bit frustrated with that kick. But a little bit of release of pressure there for Queensland Suburban after that mishap there in the line out. Something that Caller and Hooker probably now are going to be discussing. As Queensland Suburban off to have that second scrum of the day, with the Griffins pouring on a lot of pressure early on. But looking forward to this up-front battle between these big men. Malpu and Talota, as well as Knox and Mickelson, obviously early touches, some big carries, but this is where they want to apply their trade early on with this heat by pouring on the pressure here at scrum time. Again, that pressure comes on with Lisa there. Just playing deep out the back. Great clean pair of wheels, but great defence there by Kalutha there. Again, bit of end-to-end where we seem to be sort of marinating ourselves a little bit here in the middle of the field. These teams feeling each other out. Great back ball. Great throw there by Nicholson.
Yeah, advantage.
Great carry out the back. Clean pair of heels. Great try there. Just taking the advantage of that backboard play. Going wide, as we can see here. Great back ball. That short runner. Great fend here. Again, that man, McLaughlin, has been in everything today. And passing wide, straight out the back. Clean pair of heels. And they've shown it over the last few days. Just willing to spread that ball early and quickly. And crossing over for their second try this afternoon. As Day will line up here from a very tough kick.
Thank you. Let's keep that standing.
Great strike. Just pulling it to that right side of the post there. So that'll take us to 12-0 here to the Griffins as Suburban make their way back. It's been a sort of interesting first 11 here, where we've seen a lot of footy being played here in the middle fields, but the Griffins taking advantage of those two early chances, spreading it wide. With Suburban there, contest of the kick just missed there by the Griffins. And now their first opportunity in the first half with an out the back ball there. Great dummy, great feet. Good awareness. As Suburban now try to build phases and find their shape, considering that they've been in these pressure situations and trying to get out of their own half. Out the back ball there. Great contest there. Big shot by Mao there. Great footy. And a turnover opportunity here for the Griffins. As we can see, a knock on there by both sides. So we see a great shot by Mao there. Getting a bit messy at the ruck time. Great shot. We saw that hard line there. And that might be our man, McLaughlin, in the 10 jersey, body on the line, short in around the ruck. Great defence. Giving the Griffins here another opportunity. They're out of their half. Obviously their scrum here has had Queensland Suburban on skates a little bit. So we'll see if Queensland Suburban can just find their shape. Great evenly matched scrum there. As we see them attack that left-hand side. Ooh. Big contact there in the middle. But well preserved. Down the side. We're finding our shape here. Griffins in attacking territory now. Great tip. Great line. There's our big man Holt there. Building steam. McLaughlin here out the back. Oh, great offload. It's our scoring man here down the side. We're over. And someone who was well deserved so far in this 13-minute affair was our man Mickelson here. We see great offload. Just they're squaring up of Parsons to find his hooker, who potentially could have said he was hanging out there on the sideline. But that's what we're seeing in a lot of our hookers now in the modern game, is their big running threats, their threats over the ball. They're almost playing that sort of centre flanker role out there. So Mickelson dots over for a try. So Day now for his third conversion of the day. Pulled that one a little bit right. So we'll see if he can make that correction. Straight over the red dot for Day. Obviously made that correction there. Leading into the last kick, having a very similar position for that last try from Parsons. So that'll take us to 19-0, 15 minutes in. The Griffins really pouring on the pressure and taking their opportunities here. As Stevenson will take us back off here. That big left boot going deep. Kettingham here.
Yep, inside still.
With Blackmore knocking it deep, finding grass. With Frawley here with not too much to do, but to try and win himself back some territory. Great take there by Day.
Yep.
Forward pass. So we'll have a little bit of a break here at the moment, leading into this scrum. As we can see, Frawley there. Our man Day. Great touch, seeing an opportunity there down that side with that big looping pass. A touch judge there has just seen little infringement of there being forward. The space was there, that opportunity was there. Obviously just execution of that last pass. As we're stemming here for another big battle up front. Queensland Suburban really taking it to that last scrum, showing some good shape. Big scrum. Out to the centre, great short ball, hard running. Great defence there by Blackmore. Release there in the tackle. Queensland Suburban playing very deep with those big forward runners. Being pulled up there by our referee today for off their feet at the breakdown. Now Day to get his team some good advantage and give them another good opportunity down here in Suburban territory. And he's reefed that one down here just inside that 22, 15 metre mark. Will give them an absolutely golden opportunity as they've taken in this first half. As Mickelson will come in. His throws have been very good today. Middle to front. They might be looking for a good opportunity here for back ball with this small setup here. Throw there, trick play off the back here, inside ball, but well defended there at the back with another forward pass. Queensland Suburban there, very lucky after gifting that penalty to give them some great advantage down there in their territory, but well defended off the back there. with Knox reading that play very well. As we see another scrum. Queensland Suburban setting very tight with their go-to men out back to have those two options of the kicking threat to get out of here or to exhaust an opportunity out here wide. Big scrum from the Griffins, putting Queensland Suburban under pressure there. So they're going to need to settle here. Out the back there. Again, another opportunity in a similar position that we saw post that penalty. So Mickelson here. They've opted to have their 9 in, so not looking here to maul.
Hold 10.
That front to middle's been working really well for the Griffins. As we see that ball in there. Out the back ball. Lots of space, simple hands. And we are down to Itama for a try. As we look back here. Again, easy ball at the front, not contested. It's that long looping pass. Great runners. And simple hands. Outside dotting over there for our 4th try here. It's Parsons there that really squared that ball up. But it all started from Kentingham. They're throwing that wide ball to McLaughlin, who had short runners in Tuialangi, but Parsons there on that outside line. Again, just squaring up really nicely. And Tuitama dots over. As Dave for his
face, guys, we're still happy.
4th conversion of the day.
Yep.
Hits it well. And nails it. Straight over the red dot. He has his eye in today. Lachlan Day, pardon the pun. As he makes it 3 from 4. 20 minutes into this first half, convincingly, the Griffins there 26-0. A Suburban looking to play this one deep, trying to get some territory back. Tuitama takes the dummy, sees an opportunity. Big shot there, great fend. As we find space down here, coming down the side, that's our man there. Mickelson with a high shot. With a strong carry, but we're not seeing any advantage there.
High contact. Is there anything more, Matt? Yep. 12 red, high tackle.
As we can see here, a little bit of niggle, but Mickelson here, he's been their go-to man. He's been good with ball in hand. He's been good at set piece time, leading them at the front with the scrum. As we look to get down to that 30-metre mark, Griffins really showing some class here with the way that they're playing.
Okay.
Back ball. Reach there. With Kentingham there having to take a settler. Great offload. Great line. Clean pair of heels. We are under the sticks there. Great individual piece of brilliance there.
No.
Again, just came off that penalty of the high shot, just gifting them that pace. And it'll be our man Ben Dalton here with a great line, great offload here, and a clean pair of heels for a back rower. Under the sticks, making it all the easier for Day to potentially dot over that 7 points. Queensland Suburban here, I know they're under pressure here, but they just need to take those opportunities, get their defensive work connected, And even though we have a 31-0 lead here at half-time, as Day knocks that one over for an extra 2. Queensland Suburban just have to regroup here, try to find some territory down in Griffins Park. Just gain back that possession. The Griffins now with such a healthy lead, they're able to play as much footy as they want coming out of their half. They're not having to look for that territory-based stuff. As we're underway here. Again, great offload. This is where they've seen the space. Nicholson with a chip in behind. Great bounce. Inside. He's got support for Days out here on the sideline. And Lisa there dotting it over. That is an individual brilliance there from Dylan McLaughlin. As Lisa, great support play is what you need from your open side flanker. But I think we're going to have to give that one there to that single-handedly with Dylan McLaughlin as he slowly makes his way back. Just saw space in behind. And the rugby ball can be cruel at times, but it was a great bounce. And it was just the support there from the Griffins. They had 4 or 5 men leading in with Lisa there dotting over for their 5th try. As Dave from a similar position just sneaks that one left. That'll take us to 38-0 to the Griffins. Obviously a little bit of a one-sided affair. As we're making our first substitution here for the day. With our 2 men coming on in 17 and 20. Hopefully to make a little bit of an impact there. We've got Naupu and Kovacic coming on to make a little bit of impact on early in this first half. Just a miss hit here. As we see that one bounce.
It's still in play, guys. The ball's still in play.
As we see the awkwardly timed pickup, as the referee there alluded to, that the ball was still in play with our kick not going 10.
Yeah.
But I think the Griffins there were happy to play a little bit of mind games there with Suburban. A bit of hot potato almost. As we're lining up here for our first scrum for our impact men. Timothy Chapman hoping to make his first impact here at that scrum a good one. As we see a great contest there up front. Right side play. Oh man. Great cover defence. Our 2 10s there really going at it in McLaughlin and Stevenson. And a great turnover there. As we can see, great scrum up front, not seeing a lot of movement there, which is what both sides want. Again, McLaughlin sees something down that right side, catches our flanker napping, and a great battle between our 2 10s. But Mositha there, seeing an opportunity, coming off his wings, showing great shape there at the breakdown, and has brought his team. First piece of possession here, pretty much for this first half.
Are they still offside, then, Sheep?
As we've seen all day, Palpuni, great defence there. As we see Rip there, Mositha here, all alone, has to buy he's offloaded there, but just the support lacking there as we're breaking away again for Dalton, showing a clean pair of heels.
6 and
And another good settler there. It was great breakdown work. As we see here, just buying time, that support a little bit too slow. With the Griffins taking opportunity there. Dalton. And just side entry there with that support. I think it was Alan Ratton there. Just coming there from the side. As we see a missed kick. With another opportunity here with Frawley just dropping it in behind. Oh, great set of feet there. McLaughlin. And he's brought down well there. Again by his opposite 10, Stevenson. We've got a great little battle going on there. With McLaughlin slow to get up here. As we're finding out the channel. Great offload as we see the big men doing their stuff. A wayward offload, but cleaned up very well. Good to see our man Stevenson getting his body on the line. A lot of tackling here. As a mistake. Knox kindly cleaned up. Sheridan. Unluckily there. Just Mositha. Missing that tackle with an offload out the back. Running rugby with Tuialangi. The goose step, the step inside, support. Oh!
Forward pass.
Oh! Great offload. Great work down that short side. Tuialangi showing a clean pair of heels. Bringing back a double goosey. Great support there. It's just the offloading, and it's the constant support that the Griffins are showing in this first half. Their urgency to get in behind the ball on these breaks. We've got a few tired bodies out there at the moment. We're seeing the game open up in that way. The Suburban get an opportunity, not in their favour, down in their 22, which they've spent a lot of time down there.
Let's go, boys, let's go. Let's go, Hugh.
Would love to see them have a go to use these speed guys. Mositha, Frawley, Kalutha out back. So we have a reset here.
Hold us. Second.
Potentially a well-earned rest. Maybe a tactical reset there for these big boys up front.
Let's go.
Ball in by Sheridan. Under pressure here at the back. And we've seen a knock on there. So well seen by our referee. We've just seen the pressure from the Griffins. Here is Sheridan, just puts that ball in. We just see that whole pack fronting on. Just a little mistake there at the back. But very hard to deal with that pressure there up front. So golden opportunity here for the Griffins in their 22. And we're obviously going to see McLaughlin, Tuialangi and Parsons do what they do best. If they can get clean ball here at the back, they do. 8-9 out the back. Two men running short, well defended. Got some space out the back. McLaughlin with a little dinker behind. Parsons. He has seen it all day. Especially with those sets of wheels. It all starts here with that set piece. 8-9. Bringing all that Suburban defence in tight. And McLaughlin today has absolutely put on a clinic with the boot. A kick is just as good as your chase, and Parsons very lucky with our bounce there. He will dot over for his second try of the day. Great set piece starter. As Day will line up for his sixth conversion.
Yep.
Our try scorers today haven't been too kind to Lachlan Day.
Last 2 minutes, just keep working.
As we can see with the scoreline, maybe giving him a little bit of practice as the Griffins are topping of Pool A at the moment. with 2 big wins over Victoria and Queensland country. As he strikes it well, but will just shave that right upright. Just to make it 3 from 6. As we're leading into 2 minutes into this first half, very healthy lead to the Griffins with 43 to Suburban 0. As we're looking for another short kickoff here on this left-hand side. A much better strike there from Stevenson.
Yeah, not 10, guys.
Just unluckily there, not going the 10. Can definitely understand the thought process behind trying to get some possession back. Obviously just a little bit short on these kicks. Queensland Suburban obviously really trying to fight their way back into the game. But interestingly, we're hoping to see some more running rugby from Griffins here as we're playing into that last minute.
And
as we see a very stable scrum here. A little 8-9 Kentingham here, out the back. Great line.
yeah,
And as we've seen repetitively today,
scrum.
Griffins just with that forward pass, just overplaying their hand. We've seen some great lines. Kentingham there, really running wide. We've got our 2 big men, Tuilangi and Parsons, running those good short lines. But again, it's good that they're getting all their timing issues out of the way now as they're leading into a big day on Monday, where they'll most likely top their table. As we see our clock running into the red over the past few days, we're running these games at 35 minutes for our halves, and the teams will stay out there in their first half, after this first half, for a drink, for a quick 5-minute break. As we see Suburban putting it on the toe there, but great clean up by Day. He's wanting to play footy here. Easily could have knocked that one over the sideline. As the Griffins are here, going to set up through that traditional pot of 3 forwards. As McLaughlin will set up with that dummy, show it again. He's got that support on the inside. And that might be our man. Parsons for A's hat-trick today.
Half time, guys.
Parsons with a great set of heels. He has been hanging off his 10 McLaughlin all day. They've really worked up a great combination, these two. As disappointingly, Suburban make their way back to their try line. Probably need someone of some substance there within their leadership group to sit and have a yarn. I know sometimes when there's a heavy rollover of points, it's hard to come up with a system or a way back in, but they're going to get a fresh 35 after this to hopefully make a change and impact there, as Day will line up for his 7th kick of the day. He'll knock that one over the red sticks.
Yes.
There's our captain there from Griffin speaking to the referee. Half time, a very one-sided affair. We've got the Griffins 50 to Suburban 0 here at half time. We saw a lot of rugby played there by the Griffins in the first half. Not a lot of opportunity, as these men will take some time now for a well-deserved sip. We'll be back shortly here after our 5-minute break. Welcome back. We saw in that first half, very one-sided affair. 50-0 to ACT Southern New South Wales. As Lachlan Day will look to get us underway here. Only short 5-minute water break here for our men, and throughout this competition, 35-minute halves with that short water break out on the field. So we've seen a lot of footy played here by the Griffins. As we're underway here for their second half, Lachlan Day just undercooking that one. Probably the start Queensland Suburban were looking for. One of their coaches, Geordie Tupou, unluckily player and coach, as we've seen him over this tournament. I think sustained a knee injury in their last game. Australian Sevens player, been a part of the system. So he would have had a lot to say there at halftime about some fixes, about some impact, and some other things that Queensland Suburban can take into this second half. We see a very healthy lead from the Griffins, but I would love to see some fight back from Queensland Suburban here into this second half. As we see our first scrum of this second half setting, again been a very dominant display here from the Griffins. So we'll see if Queensland Suburban have made any tweaks as they get their first opportunity for this second half here at halfway. Big pressure, as we've seen all throughout that first half. As Sheridan looks to play that forward pack, a great tip. It's good to see Queensland Suburban now try to build some phases, as there's a great shot there. Pressure pouring in at the breakdown. Sheridan lucky to get that one away. And a man who's just been tirelessly working in Habib. Another strong carry. Queensland Suburban just sort of parked up here on this 40-metre mark. Habib out the back. Just great line speed from the Griffins there. As we see a mistake. Jumped on with a double knock on. Kendingham there a little bit disappointed. I think he saw an opportunity there with that knock on from Queensland Suburban. But as they've done all that first half, as this is their attacking threats through McLaughlin, Tuialangi and Parsons, linking up with the likes of Davies and Day. They'll have another great opportunity here, just outside that 22, off the back of a strong scrum. Kendingham will be looking to get some clean ball off the back. As we can see Tovo, they're stepping up. I think a few changes, as we can see with that score line. There's a good opportunity for guys who are coming off the pine to get some minutes under their belt leading into that final day on Monday, where we'll most likely see a lot of these Griffins men playing our winner from Pool B. It's a good opportunity here. Out the back ball, Tovo, great short line to Parsons. Again, it's just that timing. Holding up that extra second. We're seeing some good lines being run by those outside backs. But it's just that delay of pass sometimes. Just that extra second to think about the option, which will overcook that line. And a pressure release there for Queensland Suburban. Not in an ideal position for them as they set up deep on this left side. Queensland Suburban, again, they've got nothing to lose. They're trailing by 50. Now they need to try and get their conversations going. As we play down this right-hand side, 8 off the back. Great little kick, Sheridan. on our man here at the back, Day, with some great footwork. Covering that kick extremely well. Great work and turnover there. It's probably one of the first ones we've seen today. As Sheridan here will out the back with that crossfield kick there from Frawley, but well taken by Tovo. He's going to sum up what he's got here in counter-attack. This big hole through the middle. Great footwork and fend. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got to hold his feet to support. I don't think he'll need it. Oh, great offload. Missed opportunity. Tovo had done all the hard work there. Great counter-attack. Saw the lapse in the connection there between Queensland Suburban's defence. Another big pressure off release there. Newey just couldn't get that one to hand. Bit of an unorthodox offload and pass. 10 metre there. The early pass might have been on, so I think Lovo might be kicking himself there a little bit. But great individual brilliance here. As we're setting up for another scrum, about 5 out. Just looking at Queensland Suburban setup here, I think we're under no illusion that that big man there in the number 12 jersey might be looking for one direction only, and that might be here in this pocket between our 9 and 10, between Ketningham and Lovo, to get some go forward for his team. As we see the pressure pour on here from the Griffins. A little bit of a short side play in the settle. Breakdown pressure so close to the line makes it so hard for Sheridan. With a quick ball in from Newey to the go-to man in Day, and he's linking up here with Tuialangi, Parsons. We've said those names all day. As a penalty comes there for just our cleaner there from that side of the ruck. So we see great link play. Said we've used these guys' names all day, linking through to Parsons. Getting some good go forward there. Just a little bit slow from our support there, with Day coming from the side. In terms of well-earned penalty. This is something what Queensland Suburban need to build just a little bit of pressure, get a little bit of possession here. As you're seeing our first line out for the half. As we go, Knox to Sheridan. Another big shot there in the middle. We've seen a great contest between these 10s, 12s and 13s today. Out the back, but ruthless line speed here from the Griffins. They haven't let off defensively at all today. As we see the penalty there with not releasing. Queensland Suburban will take this opportunity to try to eat some metres to get themselves back down into Griffin territory. So we see a big boot there with a great kick from Stevenson. 22 to 22. That's something that they've been missing here as Knox. Look to get this one in. As we see a tired Suburban team. They haven't been lacking any effort, they just haven't been given that opportunity with that ruthlessness from the Griffins. Fingertip balls with a double knock on there. Mickelson might be a little bit dirty at himself there for another opportunity. Saw that slip through. Ball there at the line out, which obviously sucked that Griffins defence forward. And that lob ball by Knox. Disappointingly, I think it was Mays, just fingertip ball. Again, we go back to those connections and these guys only having 2 weeks to prepare just misses out on that little bit of extra detail that some teams that have a lot more time to get together usually have. As we see an opportunity here on the 22 for Queensland Suburban. As we go wide, but well read by Parsons there. We'll take Frawley in with a little bit of loss of meterage, which in fact has to make this Queensland Suburban front row work really hard back from that tough scrum. As we just see a little bit of lapse of concentration there from Sheridan. But probably to the delight of a lot of that forward pack there. Griffins there, just offside, which now will give Suburban potentially their first opportunity in this 22 for this second half, hoping that Knox can nail this throw. Great ball. As we see Queensland Suburban building here. Nicely, we're off the back here from Knox. Gets some good forward, but just... we have a short arm here. A quick tap here by Sheridan. We'll find Mays. Big carry supports, just a little bit slow here from Queensland Suburban. They'll be looking to build pressure. Again, we're seeing that aggressive mindset from the Griffins at breakdown time. Almost 50 minutes in as we take a quick tap here. Queensland Suburban looking to do the in-tight work here with their forwards. Great defence shown by the Griffins. Sheridan under pressure there at the back of the ruck. Great inside ball. Oh, Booney there with a great carry holding his feet. Sheridan not with a lot of options, but this man's been carrying all day. Slips out his first tackle is Knox. Out the back ball. Intercepted. It might be that man, Lachlan Day. 80 metres under the sticks. Well read. Devastating for Queensland Suburban, starting to build phases there. Saw an opportunity. And Day making it a little bit easier for himself. Not that his other teammates haven't done for him all day, giving him those kicks out there on the sideline. We'll have a kick from in front as he nails that one over to take us to 57-0. There's not a lot we can do here as Queensland Suburban. Again, we'll try a short kick-off, try to regain some possession. Griffins just absolutely putting on a clinic. They're defensive. As we see a slow line there from Suburban with a great kick. Just not a great chase. It's just great set of footwork, great support. Just a missed pass there. Will be cleaned up and offloaded to this man Tovo. It was met there by someone who has not stopped trying all day. In Habib, as we go quickly here. Great offload. Backing up for Mays. Again, making it so untidy. Queensland Suburban are finding it very hard to get some momentum there as we see some great ball movement, some great offloading. It's just that aggression in that hit. And as we can see there, that aggression to get over the ball, just to make it an absolute mess for Queensland Suburban. And that seems to be the story of today for the Griffins as we're setting up for another scrum. Kentingham to feed it in, as our referee will blow that one up. So here today we have that Australian Rugby Shield. We're at day 3 here with our finals, Monday the 2nd of October. All the action will be here at Ballymore as we see the men and women, after a grueling couple of days of rugby, we'll see who finishes on top. But a great initiative here from Australian Rugby to reach all across Australia to see that unearthed talent. As we see great pressure there from Sheridan on his opposite half, Kentingham. Holding him up, showing the awareness. We've got a big mass of bodies there, ripped away. See a messy breakdown there with a lot of bodies and a lot of pressure. As Torval sits it out here, we're playing down the blind side. See one of our big men there, Taltoa. Well, we're flushing the forwards here to Torval. Kick cross option. On the money, just unluckily not picked up there. As we can see that man there. Niue very disappointed with himself. Torval seeing that space there with the kick pass option. One very hard to defend for the team. As we see now, as we come in for a settler. And we're obviously midway through that Wallaroos game, the Black Ferns and the Wallaroos in the O'Reilly Cup at FMG Stadium in Waikato. We're hoping that the girls are doing all of Australia proud. That'll be a tough one. So you can catch that on Stan, 9Gem and Sky New Zealand. That'll be just ticking over half-time now. A very one-sided affair here, if you're just tuning in. As we said before, great initiative from Australian Rugby to have this Australian Rugby Shield here, giving a lot of these guys who are doing their graft out at clubland in their states. For the Super Rugby teams, as I said, see that unearthed talent here. See a few diamonds in the rough. Another big scrum from the Griffins. We see our referee here coming from the side. So you see a little bit of argy-bargy there. A bit of pent-up frustration from Sheridan, I'm assuming. As we see numbered to 16. Gerardus Olti, in relation to coach there, Jordan Tupou. We're looking forward to seeing him make an impact here for this last 15 minutes as he lines up for his first throw of the day. Just that miss lift again, ripped away, but was Byrne trying to offload to his second row pairing in Myers, but just a little lapse in skill as we see another knock on. We see the big man there, Evasing, looking to find his mate on the inside. Just a little bit of a low pass there in the offload as they're swinging it through. Simple hands, but just that last pass from Day. You can see the Griffins are still trying to exhaust that space and pile on the points. They're definitely not shying away from wanting to play running rugby here, which is what we've seen in this very one-sided affair. set up here for another scrum. Griffins in what they've been doing all day, piling on that pressure. They've been rewarded there from our referee with a penalty. As we take a little look back, you can just see in that setup, that long bind, you've got your back row giving great force there. All 8 feet are in the ground, studs are in the ground. And our flanker here on that side. And Lisa giving them the call. Sheridan puts in that ball and they've been under pressure as we see some well-earned changes here. 3 men coming off the field with Mal Taltoa. And it might be that man Ketningham. As we're seeing Josh Townsend. And apologies, Mal and Talatoa are back on for their second shift of the day. There's nothing more than we love than that rotation of the front row. Great throw back ball. Josh Townsend getting his first touch with Torval. Great line from that man. Angus Blackmore with his first touch, evading defenders left, right and centre. Quick ball. Torval showing a clean pair of heels above his weight class. Slipping through the middle. And under the sticks. It'll be that man, Owen Yue. That'll cross over. Individual brilliance here. The strength from Lobo that he's showing here with that great offload. Yue just seeing a little bit of a lapse in that connection there, back on the inside defensively. As he'll dot over for his first one today. It all stemmed from that set piece, that quick ball to Josh Townsend. Great throw jump, heading straight out the back. As Day will look to line up his 8th kick for the day. We've seen him do it all day. Over that red dot. Newey doing him a little bit of favours by bringing that tad bit under the post. So that'll crack us over to 64-0 for the Griffins. As we close out this second half. As we see a slow Suburban coming back. Again, there's no lack of effort here as we see a great contest in the air there. And well cleaned up. As we see, and we're down the side. Sheridan. We're going to have to go back. We've got our touch judge who saw all of that. We'd love to see Queensland Suburban as they score the try. Sheridan here, sneakily as Nines do very well. Just down ankle stuff. We'll dot that down there on that right side. Again, that is one man that has worked tirelessly in trying to get some go forward for his men. Showed that craft there. Didn't have a lot of room to work down on that sideline. Inches even. And we saw a great foot race between him and Douch. Down that sideline, it was ankle stuff there. As we've got Chaltong who's going to hopefully make this a 7-point affair. Strikes it well, but fails to have it on target. All stemmed from that kickoff, that great chase. Great contest in the air. Well cleaned up. And then as good Nines do, in Sheridan, saw that space down that short side with a foot race with his opposite. As the Griffins lead us off here in this late in the second half, which they haven't done at all this game. As now Queensland Suburban take it cleanly. This been Sheridan steering the ship here at the back. As Stevenson looks to find a bit of territory. Day with a long looping pass to Torbo, showing his clean pair of heels. Great footwork. Well cleaned out there, great support. Big contest there in the middle. With a massive turnover. Holding on there. It's a great carry. It's that support line, that two men cleaning. Men moving onto the ball, but it was that double man shot. With the referee paying that. As we see a miss kick. There from Queensland Suburban, getting that ball back where that penalty was. As we see Gerardo Solti. Queensland Suburban with a 5-man line out. Just missed timing with that jump to throw as our big man here. I think it's Gibson, only knew one way. And another penalty at the breakdown. Bib there, great work. Saving his team. And we're going back and forth. Queensland Suburban starting to show some promise. Obviously a little bit too late now. But it's good to see them putting that pressure back on the Griffins that they've copped all day. As we're seeing another 5-man. Great contest in the air. That was Samuel Mickelson there. Just that breakdown pressure. Sheridan has had a tough day at the back there. As we've seen ACT, Southern New South Wales Griffins, pouring into every breakdown just to make sure that Sheridan has a tough day there at the back. Which ultimately, especially from a forward's point of view, as we take a break here, to get Michael Byrne back in for his second shift of the day. It adds a lot of pressure to this Queensland Suburban team. And over the game, it just naturally wears you out. That pressure at the breakdown, knowing that every carry, every chance of there being a breakdown, that there's got to be ultimately some big pressure, some big physical presences, which has served the Griffins very well all day. So we have a short arm there for the Griffins coming across. Sheridan will get us going early and fast. Great clean out there with a bit of cleaner ball at the back of Tabib. That man 22. And Cheng. Oh, missed opportunity. Drop ball by that man McMahon Smith. As that ball sing out down the touchline. As we're getting closer to the end of the second half. A hot day out here in Brisbane at Ballymore. Starting to see the skill level, the pass execution just slip away a little bit. Yeah, but the one thing that you have to admire about this Griffins team, at any opportunity of drop ball or of a missed line out, They're willing to jump on it and get back on the front foot and keep the pressure on Queensland Suburban when they could easily, with this scoreline, let that ball roll into touch. But they have been relentless all day as they start here from a scrum here on the 40-metre mark with just a missed pass there. With Chang with the offload to this man who has been working hard and tirelessly all day. Sheridan here, great footwork, big contact there from Chung Tung. Pressure at the breakdown, slow to support. Queensland Suburban there well to hold their feet to buy time. Chapman there with a big carry. Solid defence there from the Griffins. As our touch judge will intervene here. Great build of face play there from Suburban. As our referee here now will speak to our captain, Samuel Mickelson, and he'll bring over with him Talatoa. As we just lost our ref mic there. Obviously a discussion there with Mickelson and Talatoa. As Mickelson retreats back to have a conversation with his team. I'm under assumption there that there was a bit of a warning with around foul play and that the Griffins will just have to be careful there. Alti there with the ball. Straight in with our big men. Great line speed there. Good contact from Naupu. Sheridan there. Out the back ball. Backwards. Great offload. Another missed opportunity. There. Would have loved to see Quathula there in a little bit of space. But it was Connor Chang just getting that pass above his head. As we need another scrum. As we're heading into that last 2 or 3 minute mark of our game here today. One thing we will know is that ACT Southern New South Wales Griffins, no matter what opportunity they get, they will take that, considering the clock. As they set up here with Torval, as a referee blows that one up. And it'll be a well-deserved rest for both these teams tomorrow as we head into the finals on Monday the 2nd of October. Again, all your action here will be at Ballymore for our women's and men's finals. A grueling 3-day tournament so far, but we'll be looking forward to seeing the Griffins play in that final on Monday. With a penalty, our first one for Queensland Suburban, as our referee calls them in for bearing in on the angle. And I think that'll be our first penalty at scrum time for Queensland Suburban. And would love to see them cross over that white line for their second try. They've worked tirelessly all day against a ferocious Griffins pack. As we're in for prime position here, 5 metres out. 7-man line out. One hand to the ball, spits out the back. The Griffins just unluckily there with a knock on. And that man, Samuel Thomas, we would have loved to see that ball bounce up and to see him potentially show us here at Ballymore his speed through 80. And he'll tell everyone after the game that that was a missed opportunity of him going under the sticks there from 80 out. Huge opportunity here for Queensland Suburban. Getting their first scrum 5 metres out. We know that the Griffins have been pouring on that pressure at scrum time. So going to need that quick in and out ball as we see that pour on. But that man Naupoo at the back, cleaning it up very well. Always good to see a front rower there playing in a number 8. As Sheridan here will build phases with our man 17, Chapman. And we're seeing that pressure at the breakdown. Out the back ball. Great low chop by Torval there. As we see a penalty, we're looking to go quick. In Cheng. As we see an offside. Great determination, held up just short of the line. We're 1 metre out. Advantage for not going back to 10 as the ball spills out. And I think we're going to see a card here. There's a bit of rough and tumble between the boys here. Frustration boils over. As our referee will step in to settle things down. As we tick over here into the red, our referee will have a chat to that man, Samuel Thomas, as he reaches through his pockets, sees a yellow. As the Griffins there. Now we'll look to capitalise on a quick tap. Griffins down to 14 men as we go wide here. Great line speed. As we see a man who's deserving of all the tries. Over we go. Lewis Retzlaff Chang Tung will go over for Queensland Suburban's second try. Very deserving for Queensland Suburban to go over for our last try of a very one-sided affair here at Ballymore. But it was that man Troy Stevenson setting up that try. He's worked tirelessly all day. As the man who scored that last try, and Retzlaff Chang Tung will be looking to convert his own try here on the 22. Under some very tough conditions with the heat, as I alluded to before. It's been a big 3 days for these men and women out here at Ballymore. A lot of these teams having to back up over the last 3 days. The bodies are tired and fatigued. But as we close out our final play of the game, Chang Tung from the sideline, great kick as he's dotted it over. Very impressive, great impact from him. As we're closing out, game of the day, we had our men here at Queensland Suburban taking on the ACT Southern New South Wales. Griffins, we have ended here with a very one-sided affair, 64-12. I'm Eddie Quirk, thanks for tuning in. Up next, we've got the TAS Jack Jumpers will take on the New South Wales Cockatoos. Have a great afternoon.